Hey. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Skip.
All right, cool. Okay. All right. So, what's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube?
Myles is back, and we're gonna hit it again today. We're gonna examine. I don't know, Myles. You brought these videos to me, so why don't you summarize what we're watching today?
All right. The first video we're going to be watching is about Mr.Whitefolks.
Mr.Whitefolks.
He's a white pimp who's associated with a pimp named Iceberg Slim.
Oh, they're
together.
Oh.
Yes. So really, we should watch Iceberg Slim first because he gives us a little setup into Mr. Whitefolks.
All right, so we're watching both white gentlemen, right?
No, one is black. Iceberg Slim is black under that mask.
Okay.
And then
So basically, we're watching two gentlemen who just got the streets figured out. Basically, am I correct?
Perhaps
and
not.
So they we're gonna watch interviews about these gentlemen, and we'll go from there. So
let's get it.
Our guest masquerades under the name of Iceberg Slim. Many of you remember his story of his days as a procurer, or if you will, a pimp.
Okay, wait. First of all, I just love the mask. Why is he covering his face?
Because he didn't want anybody to know who he was. He's that in the game.
I just love this face, dude. Okay. I just had to say it.
His prison confinements included solitary in what he called a steel casket. Now he leads a respectable family life. Iceberg
He's
Slim
not
has
even
gone
looking.
The zoom in, dude, and he's just like
straight. And for this reason, he continues to hide his identity.
Wait, why
He returns now to tell us about the most incredible con man he ever knew. A blonde-haired, blue-eyed Negro called Whitefolks.
Let's just shout out to white and black coming together to be pimping.
That's factual.
Called Whitefolks. How did he get that name? Because of the fact that he could pass over the color line?
Oh, that's right. White folks was a term applied to him by his friends.
I appreciate a proper gentleman pimp.
Yeah, look at that suit. Can we get a shout out to the suit? He's not wearing that top hat and that big blazer. He's wearing a suit. Like he looks like he's
respectable, a businessman.
He's either going to a job interview, or going to a funeral, or pimping. You know, those are the three.
Who could guess?
His enemies in the black ghetto called him Trick Baby.
Now, a trick baby would imply, I believe, that his mother was a prostitute.
And that she had had sexual congress with a white man and there'd been an accident.
How did he respond to being called Trick Baby?
So a black girl had sex with a white man and made Mr. Whitefolks.
Supposedly that's
and
his
she
origin.
lied about it.
Yeah, well, he's a trick baby because, name for a woman prostitute is a trick. So he's the baby of a trick.
Oh, the Irish, African blood in him would boil up.
Irish blood? What is that?
That's the Irish, presumably from his father, and the African from
so
his
just
mother.
saying like the mix. Okay, I was gonna say I've never heard of an Irish African.
You're looking at one.
You're Irish?
I actually am.
What though?
Yeah.
We learned something new here on the Baked Potato Productions.
Baked potato, I love potatoes, bruh.
My man's
what
Irish.
What can I say? Potatoes and chicken, bruh.
Gang, gang. Potato mafia, bro.
Oh no. Get your potato gang shirts.
Potato gang shirts, bro.
Yes.
The name of your book is Trick Baby.
That's right.
This is the second.
His book is named
Trick Baby.
Trick Baby. He's a real pimp.
Yes,
and you've now proved to the literary world that you weren't a one-book author.
Yes, and that was gratifying.
Now, here you're going away a little bit from what you began with in the other book. The other book was largely autobiographical.
Really quick, what is the setting? Is he on the news or something?
Yeah, he's on the news.
Do you know backstory of this?
I got no clue why they invited him on, other than I think he was on a press tour for the book Trick Baby. And so his press tour involved, which was good press for him to have this crazy mask on.
1970?
Yeah.
This is 1970.
It's old,
this
man.
This guy's on a press tour.
Yeah.
Dude, You know, forget Martin Luther King, forget Malcolm X.
Oh my.
Let's talk about Mr. Whitefolk. He's breaking the boundaries.
He is. He's trying to be a crossover, a bridge between the Africans and the Irish.
Him and his homie, Mr. Whitefolk,
Mr. Whitefolk.
and Iceberg, dude. They're gonna break the issues. Break the issues between the black and the white community in the 70s. That's a beautiful thing.
It dealt with your life as a procurer or a panderer. But here you're going to tell us a little bit in this book, and I hope a little bit tonight on the program.
Just the cut, the cut to his face, serious.
It's taking a minute, dude. This guy's on national TV, and he's wearing, like, earmuffs, like a hockey mask, and, like, white rims. Dude, I can't get over this look.
I respect he's got a robot. He looks like a robot. Whoa,
Stronger, faster.
Oh, he looks like Daft Punk.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be in Daft Punk.
Yeah,
dude.
he looks like a lo-fi Daft Punk.
Our homie's in Daft Punk, dude. Daft Punk, dude. That's great.
About con men and about the old adage of you can't cheat an honest man because a confidence man's greatest asset is the basic dishonesty of the victim, isn't it?
True, that's right.
Tell us a little bit about white folks and how he preyed on people.
Well, white folks.
Is he shitting on white folk?
No, he, you know, everybody's a multifaceted being.
So he's just kind of telling the story of white folk.
Yeah,
Okay.
makes you interested.
Yeah, I feel
Had a natural talent for the con. And when he met Blue Howard, his mentor.
Blue Howard?
Blue Howard.
May I ask you why he was called Blue Howard?
The fact that he was so black.
That he was...
Wait a second.
You never seen?
When you're so black,
You're blue.
You're called blue?
I'm going to be honest with you. We used to have a textbook. I don't know if you'll be able to find a picture of this.
Oh, no.
But there was a guy that was so black that he was like purple.
Are you
God,
me?
God bless. That's olive skinned. That's olive tone.
Well, the fact that he was so black.
Blue black, man. Look it up. Purple black.
Yes, well, this is a common practice in the ghetto to call an extremely black man.
By his most prominent characteristic? I see.
And under the aegis of Blue Howard, all of white folks' potential as a con man surfaced. And the book is an incredible adventure story of the con as it's played in the street, the verbatim dialogue, what the sucker says and what the con men say, to weave the con spell.
Oh, no, that's the end
It's
of
a
it?
short one. It's just a taste, but we're about to see
So that's a taste. So,
Mr. Whitefolks in effect.
So right now, we're going to go down the road of Mr. Whitefolks and see who this man was. A white black man pimp who was trained by a black man who was so black.
He was blue.
Yeah, he was blue. Please enjoy Mr. Whitefolk.
This is a very secret society in which I am a member of. I got my name about 18 or 20 years ago. On the low end, actually, you know, before I really got my feet wet in the game, right? And some brothers just started calling me white folks, and ever since then, it just stuck.
I just love the fact that whoever filmed this is a great person. You know, they are a procurer
Of fine film.
of fine film. Beautiful. Like whoever did this is a legend, and I want to meet them and shake their hand because.
Well, we actually got him to come in.
Yeah, well, come on in. It's like this needs to be a movie. You know,
Could be.
You should hit up Mr. Whitefolks.
Look out. We're looking to buy the life rights to Mr. Whitefolks.
Mr. Whitefolks, if you're watching this, hit us up.
Hashtag Whitefolks. Hashtag Iceberg.
Mr. Iceberg. Let's get this. Look at him dance.
Look at that stepping.
I was about 20 when I really started getting my feet wet.
He's dipping in.
And really, you know,
That's that
getting
African.
this ism under my belt as far as how to communicate.
He might look white, but
He's definitely black.
He's black.
How to dress,
Look at that.
how to finesse.
Can't tell
But
him
you
nothing.
know, I got educated in the hood. I feel like that was the you know, a blessing for me being Caucasian and, you know, to be able to come
at night
to the other side
What
of the
a G.
fence, you
and
know,
they didn't have
be
LED lights
accepted.
back then.
About the last 10 years, I started having a lot of white girls. One thing about white girls, you know, they get less problems with the police, you know. They don't get that much static. You know, black bitch be wanting to get in the street and act stupid, you know, be wanting to fight with the tricks and fight with the police and talk crazy. And
She kicked the tire in case you didn't see it.
She doesn't have no time.
To illustrate his point.
He doesn't like when the African American women be pimping, and
Well, he prefers to use white tricks because they don't get pulled over by the police in case you don't understand the language.
the 5-0. Basically, he's trying to stay away from the 5-0. So he uses the white
Even
hoe.
though he's probably already going to have a good time doing that.
He stays away from the 5-0 because he's trying to use the white hoe. It rhymes.
Dr.Drew, new mixtape, Swaggity Daggity.
Swaggy Daggity, Thug with the Rug. Check out, that's the name of our first EP. Thug with the Rug. Coming out soon.
Parentheses, Swaggity Daggity.
I don't think that the females respect the game like they
look
once
at
did because
that
there
jacket.
are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of renegades and outlaws. That's a female that's working and doesn't have a man.
That's a Ronin. If you're familiar with samurai terms, it's a Ronin prostitute.
A person who doesn't have a pimp,
Yes.
doesn't have a home, she's going solo, as they say. She's a Ronin.
A bitch
She's
is
a running.
Oh, Dr. Drew, Swaggity
Dr.
Daggity,
Drew,
EP
Swaggity
dropping
Daggity.
soon.
April 23rd.
Soon.
You could be out for it.
looking at a pimp. When a pimp ride by, they're supposed to be looking at the motherfucking curb. And when she look up at a pimp, she can be broke for reckless eyeballing. You know, that's the reason why I say the game has changed. In the old days, she'd be under pimp arrest.
She'd be under pimp arrest. A man, wife,
Pimp arrest is when a bitch
Damn,
was
okay. Can we
placed
appreciate
under arrest for...
that car? Okay, real short. I was driving around. I saw this car twice when I was on the highway. Car looked just like that. This guy driving. In the back, there's a rose.
Maybe he's the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Dude, that's what I'm
know,
saying, dude.
Maybe it's his last day. That pedal's about to fall. He's just trying to find Belle, man.
He's just trying to find Belle on the streets.
Beauty and the Beast update. Get at us.
Get at us, bro. Did he get it?
Violating rules. Subject to get broke. If she made any money, you understand, if the bitch had any jewelry, anything of value, you know, she had to automatically come up.
Mildly racist.
Yes, it is a relic from the past.
It's the conclu.
Ooh, well then.
I'm going to conclu. Anyone in?
With any job. I mean, it's just...
Because Mr.Whitefolks,
He never parks his car.
he's a gentleman, and he lets someone else park his car.
I feel him.
Because he's a pro.
And let's check, you understand, Bill Clinton and Hillary when they see me and Max at the gate. And what they gonna do then.
This guy is blacker than 80% of the black community. Would you agree?
I mean,
Let's just run back what the fuck he just said.
the
Hillary
Million
watch
Man
on
March.
Washington. And let's check, you understand, Bill Clinton and Hillary when they see me and Max at the gate.
What? I do not understand what he just said.
Oh, wow. That's so funny.
Do you understand?
I do. So he's talking about the
Well, I get he's okay. So this is what I as a
okay. What are you getting out of his
he's
speech
basically
there?
so he's a pimp.
Mhm.
He's basically calling Bill Clinton a pimp, and he's saying since Hillary Clinton is still with him, he's like, "Yo, we'll be looking for Bill and Hillary at the gate, and the gate is the entrance to the club because Bill and him are like pimping." So that's what I get from that.
All right.
So what is?
I believe the interpretation is he's talking about the rights of procurers of women to have like open more or less making it legal. And so he's saying, how are Bill and Hillary Clinton going to react when a million max, being a slang term for the pimps, show up at the gates?
The gates of the White House?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So completely wrong as a white gentleman.
It's all right. You said he's 80% blacker than.
Dude, I mean,
you didn't get what he said. I barely got it. Yeah.
What they gonna do then? Who they gonna call? Ghostbusters?
This is possibly my favorite song right here.
This is like a pimp conference.
In the tiny hotel room. Yeah.
It's gonna get more 80s pimp than now, or 90s.
I think Bill Hillary.
Yeah.
The other night, wasn't it?
Yeah, the other day.
They're all pimps.
Right. Yeah, for real.
You know?
Right
They're
there on
just
Earth.
talking about nothing. Yeah, for real. Yeah,
For real,
you know.
Look how he turned, dude. Look how he turned.
He was camera ready.
He's just walking and he's just like, Wazang. Wazang.
And he hit the other.
It was very hard for me to get accepted because of what color I was and what I had chose to do.
That makes me sad. He should have been accepted.
He is.
But
Look, wait.
He said it was hard.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's a minority somewhere, right?
He's the pimpest of all pimps, dude. This man should have been. He's in the Hall of Fame of pimps.
To get accepted because of what color I was and what I had chose to do. It was a lot harder for me to get accepted.
Dude, the zoom, and then it's just this picture, dude. He's just like, and it's just like African Americans all over him.
He's one step from saying swaggity dag.
He's sticking out pretty hard. Mr. Whitefolk, he's got no care in the world.
Hey.
And get my props from the real live cross country Max. But eventually, when they saw that I was down,
right now, the average white man is not accepting this man.
He's not.
So the black community is not accepting him. He's a man who's lost.
Who do we trade him for?
Yeah, right. We'll trade him for Kanye West.
Fair trade.
For real, they acknowledged me and recognized me. And that's why my name now, today, rings all across country.
Yeah, hey, what you say about the train? Hey, cause my pimping is on the loose and out in the engine.
Does he get the N-word pass?
No.
So if he dropped the N-word, did he get set?
I mean, he's black, but maybe he grew his hair out.
Maybe braided it?
I don't know, man. Just show me you got a little curl on it, and maybe.
Dude,
maybe.
He looks like he's about to drop the N-word,
He's trying not to.
He's trying not
Everybody's sweating. All the pimps are sweating. Like, come on, man.
Shit, is he about to do it?
Don't say it, bro. We've been waiting for this day, man.
Mr. Whitefolk, I don't want to have to stab you.
We just accepted you into the community.
Too good.
See how hard he's sweating?
Yeah, look at that. Look at that shine we got going.
Got to do is be the motherfucking caboose, huh? Yeah. Believe that. You know what?
Dude, he just reminds me so much of J-Rock from Trailer Park Boys.
For sure.
He's like...
Maybe he's the inspiration.
I wonder, dude. Because Mr. Whitefolks is like literally J-Rock.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
Through and through.
Yeah, I'm always in motion just like the ocean. All the bitch got to do is come on, drink some of my pimp's love potion.
You have reached the residence.
Look at that outfit, dude.
With the striped pants on.
He's strutting for the camera, dude. He's like, oh, yeah, check this shit out.
He knew what day it was.
Yeah, he knew what's up.
Actor, world-renowned connoisseur, international ladies man, and professional gentleman of leisure.
Damn.
So,
dude,
what lesson did you derive from that?
Man, dude, I learned racism is a lie, and when you're as white as Mr. Whitefolk, but as black as Mr. Whitefolk, you break boundaries, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And as long as you believe, you can be anyone you want. I learned from that.
Word. I feel you, dog. Yeah.
No, for real though, that's cool. Mr. Whitefolk is crazy, dude.
Don't be a human trafficker.
Don't be a pimp, bro.
Yeah, you should just pay women to be women.
Yeah, if you want to have sex with women, just pay them.
I'm sorry. Yo, so what's YouTube.
No, but all right, cool. Well, and I hope you enjoyed a little walk down history lane. My boy Myles, Mr. Whitefolk, and Mr.
Iceberg
Slim. You know, if I'm gonna be honest, if I close my eyes and you said who, well, not close
Which
my
one
eyes.
is who?
I would say Mr. Iceberg Slim is the white guy.
Yeah, it's because he's got the proper intonation.
Yeah, Mr. Iceberg Slim, and then Mr. Whitefolks. I feel like that would be a black guy because that'd be like a funny thing, like Mr. Whitefolks.
That's why you should never make assumptions.
Yeah, dude, that's a beautiful thing though. Anyways, peacing out. Shit. Anything else to say?
Hey, I love you.
That was beautiful. All right, peace out.
You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Got to go. You got to go. Got to go. Got to go. You got to go. Got to go.